Of course we do. Love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Cheers, my boy. Hey up, everyone. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds for your QPR V Leeds match review. I'm joined by my bestest pal in the world, Priestley. How you doing, my mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I was just looking at comments.
Yeah, no, we'll get through comments.
What
Anyway,
people are
Tezza's in
saying
the
already.
house as usual. Hey up, Tezza. Hope you're doing well, friend. My friend Rob Brookie. Hey up, mate. Evening, Matty. And chat up, you're all good. Yeah, I'm not too bad, to be fair. You know what I'm like when we drop points. I'm usually fuming, but I aren't too down about this one. Although we'll get into it. This point will be okay if the Wendy's beat the Blunts, and I expect them to. I don't know what I expect, Gavin. I think that's a little bit strong. I think they'll give them a game. How are you feeling about that one tomorrow, Priestley? Do you reckon they can cause an upset?
Oh, let's say form goes out the window in a derby, don't they? So, but
Yeah,
if it were at Bramall Lane, I think Sheffield United win. But if it's at Hillsborough, I fancy a draw.
it's at Hillsborough. It is at Hillsborough.
And all the pressure's back on them now. If they don't win tomorrow, I think they'll be third. So,
Yeah, but we've definitely took the edge off that with dropping points today. I know pressure's on them; they need to win it. They can't afford to lose, really. But it's definitely took the edge off the pressure. I think us dropping points there today, 1,000,000%. Like we win there today, then there's massive pressure on Sheffield United. But yeah, it's the mad one. So anyone who doesn't know, I double booked today, so I didn't actually watch all the game live, which was a bit mad. Something that I weren't happy about, but to be fair, it turned out to be a better day than I imagined. So I ended up booking onto the stadium tour for 1:30 today. Totally forgot that we were playing at 12:30. So it was a bit of a mad one. I watched the first half an hour, and then I'm in stadium tour. Then I saw bits of the second half on the various screens around Ellen Road on the tour, which were brilliant, by the way. Absolutely. But anyone who hasn't done the tour, I fully recommend it. Really cheap, great value for money. Honestly, unbelievable to walk down there with me and kids and that. But yeah, so we were 2-0 down when I walked into that tour. So I felt pretty good coming out 2-2, and I obviously experienced Ellen Road on the tour itself. So it's a bit of a weird one, but the anxiety and not watching the game were freaking me out a little bit, I won't lie. But then certain people who work at Ellen Road coming out saying we've scored. It were brilliant, to be fair. It added a bit of theatre to the tour, which I didn't expect. But like I say, it's not something I do very often. But yeah, I didn't watch it live. I've watched about 70 minutes of it now properly. I've watched the extended highlights about 6 times. So I sort of know the gist of the game, but we will get into it. Lineup-wise, Priestley, Danny says, how's you, big lad? He's all right, my mate. Lineup.
can I just say, top banana? Thank you very much. He called me Presley, so you know the shirt.
Hi, Presley. To be fair, you spend that much time at the toilet, you probably will die in the toilet too.
That's not very nice, is it?
Yeah, hopefully when you're an old man, but it probably will be a bathroom. Anyways, lineup wise, any surprises there?
Not really. I'm sort of expecting Rothwell to start.
You
Disappointed
actually
to
expected that?
start, but yeah, after the way he played on Wednesday, I'm a bit disappointed Aaronson started, but even Farke said in his post-match that he was 50-50 whether he was going to start Aaronson or Gnonto, and he felt he made the wrong decision.
Yeah, I've just watched his post-match back now, and it was an interesting listen, wasn't it? You can see.
I would expect Gnonto to be starting in the 10 for the rest of the season now.
Hopefully, you never know with Farke, do you? But it's nice to hear he's sort of having a different thought process in that 10. It's took him
and at least he's come out and admitted he got it wrong as well.
Yeah. I mean, he basically said, didn't he sort of wishes he'd have played Gruev and Gnonto from the start, and he feels like he sort of feels like if Aronson's not in there, he'd have needed Gruev for that defensive sort of battle. I feel like he's kicking himself that he didn't do them, looking at how he acted on post-match. Gruev, I'm glad he didn't pick him. I want Rothwell to play every game now till the end of the season. But I do think he's kicking himself. He didn't play Gruev in this one. It's easy to say when you can see 2 goals in it that he needed that defensive stability. But I tell you what, that first half hour, we looked shocking at back. Those goals were gifted today, absolute nightmare. You know, looking at that first one, Priestley, what the chuff is Aronson doing there?
I have no idea. I've watched it about half a dozen times. I have no idea what he's doing. I don't know who's trying to pass the ball to. Where he's trying to put it.
Don't get me wrong, Priestley. you know, he's been pressed into oblivion there. He receives that ball there. He's got someone behind him. He can't really turn on the edge of his head. He's probably going to lose it anyway. But for me, just boot it out. If in doubt, kick it out. That's what we got told as kids. Just boot it out. Like, we're trying to play it. I know what he's trying to do is try to play it to Bogle for Bogle to clear. But Bogle's got someone right on him as well. Like, just hit it out of play. Just get it out of the box. What are you fucking about with it there for?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good finish, to be fair.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Really good finish.
Nice. As two
and you were all complaining that Aaronson's not got many assists lately.
Yeah, well, I've seen someone say we'll give him an assist for that one, but yeah, I mean, he's already under stick, you know, getting a bit of stick at the minute. I know he had an all right game against Millwall midweek, probably best game he's had in the last month or two, but today he just looked like Paul Aronson again, so soft on the ball, getting bullied, just no physicality, making wrong decisions at wrong times, which we used to be fair, but to gift a goal like that on a silver platter for him was just such a bad start. Just honestly,
especially in London for an early kick-off as well, when everybody's already panicking enough about it.
It's becoming
before they scored. I thought we were the better team.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we started quite brightly with possession. Yeah, I do. I just think in that first half hour, as good as we look with ball, we still look shaky at the back. Every time they sort of had a chance, it just seemed quite nervy at the back today. I don't know what it was. I mean, bombarding us with throw-ins, with the long throw-ins and all sorts in that game. And for a side that is very good defensively, which we are, we were very nervy at the back all 90 minutes for me.
Speaking of the defence, and this is a topic to get us all talking. Yep. Something I saw on Twitter earlier. Do you think Rodon is better at the back with Ampadu or Strauch?
I've always said, but I've said many times that I think Rodon and Rodon and Ampadu are a great partnership. I do. And maybe Rodon plays his best stuff with Ampadu, but I still think Strauch's a better defender than Ampadu. But yeah, if you're talking about Rodon, he potentially performs better with Ampadu, maybe. Yeah, it's a good talking point. What I will say is I didn't think Rodon were that bad today. If anything, I thought Pascal Strauch were the worst too. I mean, last game against Millwall,
Rodon's at fault for their second goal.
Mate, they're all at fault for their second goal. Somebody pick him up. If it's Rodon's man, somebody else notice it and pick him up. Free header.
Cook. Yeah, but if it's Rodon's man, Rodon should be there. You can't just say it's Rodon's man, someone else should pick him up. It's Rodon's man.
But as a collective, just the whole defence at times today were just shocking. But yeah, if you were Rodon's man, you were Rodon's man, fair play. But I feel like Strauch today were off it as well. Just as a pair, I mean, let's be fair, Priestley, we're conceding the first goal most games now, which is criminal. We are conceding the first goal most games. Take Millwall out of it, we conceded first goal, I think, in those 5 or 6 games previous. That's criminal.
Well, I mean, one of them were a 0-0 draw.
Take West Brom out of it, then take Millwall out. We're conceding that with Sheffield United, Sunderland. This game, Portsmouth, we conceded first goal far too many times at the minute. It's not like us. We're normally so good at the back. It's like at the minute, it's like we've gone from controlling games and having barely a sniff at our goal to, at moments, the game becoming quite stretched and open, and us feeling quite vulnerable at most attacks the opposition have, which is, it's not been like us all season. I don't feel like we've had control of a game in weeks.
I think tiredness has crept in a little bit over the past couple of weeks. And I said this unusually, I think the international break will help us rather than hinder us.
Oh no, I agree.
A chance for some players to just have a bit of a rest.
I agree. I'm not going to lie, mate. I'm sort of ready for international break for the first time in a long time. I haven't even asked. Like, I usually hate it.
I'd rather us be playing next week.
Oh, I could do with a week off myself, mate. I really could. It's driving me insane at the minute. It just feels like such a massive drop off, and I'm worrying again now. I am worried. I mean, don't get me wrong. This and I took a point as I walked in Ellen Road today. After 30 minutes, 2-0 down, I thought it were curtains. I thought it were 4-0 were on the way, but I'm pleased we pulled it back, and we have. I'm 50-50 with the whole mentality thing with Leeds. I'm thinking, have we got the mentality to go up with these 8 games because it's getting close and it's tight? Are we going to see a fall like last year? But then on the flip side of that, we're seeing strong mentality. We're seeing them come back against Sheffield United, come back against Sunderland, come back today from 2-0 down. So I'm sort of on fence with where the mentality is and where I think they can go in these next 8 games. I can't make my mind up.
strong mentality today to come back from 2-0 down at a stadium we usually struggle at a time we usually struggle at. And we probably could have won it late on. We had enough chances.
Yeah, no, I know. We do. Like Skip says here, was at the game today. We Skip. Oh, feel bad for you, mate. And apart from 20 minutes, we were shocking. No way we should be dropping points against Pompey and QPR. Straucher's liability. Yeah, I thought Straucher the worst of the two today. Danny says Ampadu is a better centre back than centre mid. I'm not too sure. I think he's a very capable centre back. But you know the question. It's not about having Ampadu at centre half or whether he's got a road on. It's just not having Ampadu in the 11. We've seen it time and time again. Away from home, we are going to drop points without Ampadu in that side. I don't care where he plays. Him not being in that squad away from home is a fucking problem, and it's blatant to see. And I don't know if it's just you need someone who's a bit of rough, who leaves his leg in. Don't know if it's just the captain's knock. I don't know what it is, but Ampadu, when he's not in this side, away from home, we saw it before Christmas, before they come back, we couldn't pick up points away from home. Portsmouth, now 1 point out of Portsmouth and QPR. We can say it's a 12:30 kickoff. We can say it's London, all this shite. Ampadu in the side, we drop points. Ampadu's in that side today, potentially we'll win that. I know it's all, if buts and maybes, but there's something to that, Priestley. There is something to that. He's a massive miss if he's out till the end of the season. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's back soon after the international break. But it's.
I think Farke said he'll be back after the internationals.
I hope so.
He'll be doing a bit of training on grass over internationals.
Yeah, like Rob says here, eight games left in our hands. Yeah, it's in our hands, but it's just a little bit too close for comfort in it. And Gavin says, need 4 home wins and four draws. Yeah, I mean, you do that, you get, what's that, 16 points? You'd think that'd be enough, but I also don't see the other. I've said this to you, Priest. I don't see them dropping many points either. I think it's something fairly nip and tuck for these next 8 games, and it's just too close for comfort, really. Innit? I did not expect it to be this tight. I can't lie. I really did. I thought it would be 7 or 8 points clear at this point. So it's very, very nervy. And now the away form is sort of dropped. It's a worry. I can't lie. I really can't. Duncan says Rodon lost his man.
Win your 4 games. Win your 4 home games, that puts you on 92. Surely that's enough.
For top 2, you'd think so, wouldn't you? You think so, but
surely that's got to be enough.
It's really, really tight, mate. I mean, when you look at these, pal, let me just get this up here. Just looking at remaining fixtures earlier. Let's come on. Yeah. So when you look at them games there, right? Swansea at home, surely a win. Luton away should be a win. But because it's away, I mean, you look at that Luton game, you think we should bang them. Middlesbrough, well out of form, we should bang them. But you spin it round and go, they're both away from home. Luton's London. You look at it and go, Luton away, Middlesbrough away.
Luton's not London. Shut up.
3 days apart. Well, it's that way, innit? Down south. If you want to be picky and say, yeah, it's not in the heart of London, it's down that way, innit? And it's just one of those stadiums. You look at it, those 2 fixtures there put the fear of God into me, mate. Honestly, Luton and Middlesbrough away, and they shouldn't do. Look where they are at the table. But you look at them fixtures on paper: Oxford, Preston, Middlesbrough, Luton, Swansea. Should win all them. Should win all them. But what worries me, Priest, when you look at that...
The one that scares me is the Oxford game on Good Friday. Because it's Good Friday.
Yeah, it might not be a Good Friday for us. But yeah, I don't know. You just look at them games then. I don't know. That run there is a really easy run for me. And even beyond that, I mean, Stoke and Bristol there at home. Honestly, we've got a very favourable run there. But when you look at his recent form, Priestley, 1 win out of his last 4. 1 win in 4. Like, that's worrying form, is that? Don't care what anybody says. That's not just an odd game. That's a rough patch, that. 4 games and only 1 victory.
Oh, okay. Let me try and put my positive, happy clapper spin on that. It's also only 1 defeat in 4.
Yeah, I know.
So,
at top of the league, mate. At top of the league, mate. You need to be getting 3 points when it's as tight as this. 1 point. Fucking hell, it's only a point more than fucking losing, pal. It's a toughie for me. You look at that from Sunderland conceded, Sheffield United conceded, West Brom conceded, Portsmouth conceded. It's only Millwall we haven't conceded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the last 7 games, we've only gone 1 game with a clean sheet. How many clean sheets have we got this season? Absolutely loads, mate. And all of a sudden, we're not keeping clean sheets anymore. 1 clean sheet in 7. Like, what is all that about? Like, what is going on with his defence? Is it Ampadu not being at centre half, as we've just said earlier? Like, I don't think it is. But seriously, what's going on with us defending? Conceding goals left, right, and centre now.
I mean, you look at it, it's 38 games in our. So that means for those 31 games, the defence were awesome. Every team has drop-offs. Every team does. I know we did it with Ipswich and Leicester last season. We expected them to drop off. And they did, but so did we at the same time. Every team drops off in form, in fitness.
Yeah, but is it avoidable? Like Gavin says here, Farke is not using his squad, it's on him. Farke, we said it on Late Night Leeds yesterday, Priestley. Farke was using his squad earlier in the season because we were winning with ease and he could rotate and bring people on because we were so far in front in games. After 60, 70 minutes, we were 3-0 up for a decent chunk of games this season. Oh, rotate wingers, I'll bring Matteo Joseph on and drop Pino into 10 or I'll bring him off. Whatever he wanted to do, he could do. And now it's like he don't trust the bench. It's like he don't trust it. Hence why at home, and I got a bit of stick for it because I said he made the wrong call on Wednesday by not making subs until 90th minute. Well, the wrong call. People say, yeah, but we won games, so it's not the wrong call. Yes, but the proof was in the fucking pudding of what happened today. And for me, that ain't good enough today because he didn't make the changes. You can't tell me you couldn't have brought Ramazani, Gnonto, Joseph on say on Wednesday after 70 minutes. You can't tell me we'd have lost that game or we'd have drew that game. You can't. We could have made, honestly, I could have come on up front on Wednesday. We'd have still won 1-0, if not 2. And we'd have won today, potentially, with fresher legs. We'll never know. But I think Farke really fucked things up for us today by not making changes on Wednesday. And I don't care what anybody says. I genuinely, in my opinion, Farke were at fault today for those points being dropped. We can say about, we're going to play Gruev, we're going to do this. The side that were on paper today were good enough to go win this game. But 3 games in 6 days to keep the same starting lineup for the 3, or the majority of the lineup. I think Gruev might have started first one, but it's criminal when you've got a bench as good as we've got. And I know the players on the bench aren't in form, Priestley, which is what you'll say to me. That's why you haven't picked them. The best 11 are on the pitch, and I agree that best 11 is on the pitch. But it's not a bad bench, is it? And they're never going to play themselves out of bad form if they don't get fucking game time, Paul.
I mean, he made the sub early on, didn't he, with Aronson and Gnonto, so he realised it wasn't working.
But why hadn't he done that? Why didn't he do it on Wednesday as well, though? Why not freshen it up, knowing you had this on Saturday? I know he did it today, but he had no fucking choice. Aronson were playing poor, mental fatigue, physical fatigue.
I've no idea. I mean, I agree he should have made the subs earlier. Even
on Wednesday. On Wednesday. Yeah.
Even though it's become a bit of a running joke about the 70th minute, I still think the subs on the 70th minute were the right option.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
You swap your wingers out, take Aronson off. I mean, nobody's going to want Dan James running at them for 70 minutes and then look up and see Willie Gnonto coming on.
Yeah.
Or have Solomon running at them and see Ramazani coming on. So as much as it's a fitness thing, I think it's a psychological thing as well.
Yeah.
Players will be looking at that thinking, got another 25 minutes and just being run ragged here.
Yeah. No, 100% we know it, yeah. I mean, like Duncan said there, mate. Now your comments in regarding not making subs against Millwall coming out with Roost. Yeah, exactly. I said they should have made subs. He didn't. And for me, it's cost us points today. It has. So I'm a bit annoyed now about what happened on Wednesday. But you know what, anyway, I said last night, he should have done it on Wednesday. I still think we get the top 2 to skip with the best picture on YouTube. I love that picture. But what worries me is that a few of these players also were in the team last season at the same point when we fell apart. Yeah, I mean, that's all. Thing is, mate, when you get to the last 11 games, which is where we crumbled last year, and then we hit a form of 1 win in 4, regardless, Priestley, 1 loss in 4-2, but 1 win in 4 games at the same period of time as we fucking fluffed it last year, you're going to start feeling like a skip. And guess what? Merry Christmas, mate. You've got 2 weeks to dwell on it. Fucking great Leeds United, aren't they? They know just start fucking piss you off, don't they? Because now we've got 2 weeks to stress about it. I think they need the 2 weeks. The problem is so many players are going out on international duty, Priestley, for the worst international break in the calendar is this one. It is ridiculous. I'm really glad that Aronson ain't going, but we've still got some Welsh boys going. We've still got a lot of international players going out, Priestley. And any injuries to us right now, mate. Way. Any injuries to us now, mate? And that really could be it.
Oh, I mean, Tanaka's going, the Welsh lads, Barham Purdue are going, Firpo's going, Solomon's going. I think that's it. Joseph put under 21s, I think.
Too many key players there, though, aren't they going? Way too many key players. Gavin Paddy, Burnley new championship record, 11 conceding 38. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Burnley do worry me because they score multiple goals now. All season it's been either the big fat zero or the odd goal. Now they're scoring multiple goals a game. Yeah, it's a worry. I think what keeps me positive about the top two is the fixtures we've got coming up. I think on paper are winnable. Obviously our side, but I also look at the fixtures they've got. They've both got to play Coventry, which looks a tricky fixture. They've both got to play each other, which obviously both of them can't take maximum points. And obviously tomorrow I'm still holding hope that Sheffield Wednesday can do something against that red side of Sheffield because that is
Coventry and Sunderland today.
Yeah, 3-0. Like you could definitely see Coventry taking points off them as well, couldn't you? You know what I mean? They're really in form. I know they lost, I think, midweek, didn't they? But midweek sometimes it happens. But yeah, I'm looking at the fixtures and I am hopeful they'll drop more points than us. But it's just so tight, Priestley. It's really nerve wracking because I thought it'd be tight for top two. Between 1 and 2. Maybe it might be tight for title, but I just didn't think after this many games, third would still be right there as well. And that's a worry because we can't do playoffs as we know. Do you fancy a weekend in London again, Priestley, or what?
I'm going down to London that weekend anyway.
Ah, well, we might as well play at Wembley, don't we? Fancy it?
Yeah, I've already made plans to go down to London that weekend anyway, regardless of what happens. So
yeah, Gavin says
I don't care if we get to the playoff final or not. I'll be there.
I just started ramming Gnonto today. Well, I was thinking that, it sounds, it's easy to say now after the game, but dropping Solomon and James sounds wild, doesn't it, to be fair, Gavin? But I sort of thought, if I'm honest, Gavin, they should have done that on Wednesday. That should have been on Wednesday. Give both at wingers a go. At home to Millwall, it should have been a banker. That's what I think they should have done. Solomon was pissed off that he took him off. Yeah, I mean, it was late in game. About 82nd minute when Solomon come off, but he looked the most likely out of him and James, but it looks like James just don't come off at the minute, even if he's in form or not. But I am a little bit worried. James has been slightly off it last few games. We just can't have as best players dipping out of form now. It's the wrong fucking time of season for it, and I just hopefully I'm reading too much into it, mate, but it does feel very very reminiscent of this time last year in terms of how it's feeling as a fan base now. Do you think strengthening in January window is now biting us in the arse, Bruce? I'll let you answer that one.
No.
You don't? Why?
No. Because if you're going to sign someone in January, they need to come in and improve the team. Who is realistically available? Nobody.
In terms of, it depends what it means, Skip. It means in terms of numbers, I don't think we're struggling for numbers, to be fair. Anyway, I think we've still got, depth on bench. It's not like we've got loads of injuries out, so it's probably not numbers. It's probably quality. Maybe you're referring to 10 role. We can talk about that all day. Should we got a 10 in January? But
plus, if we're going to sign someone from the Premier League, they'll want guarantees on playing time, which we couldn't really give. No,
I agree. Yeah, Solomon says Farke talked about selection in the post-match presser, answered all your questions. Yeah, he did, mate, 100%. He was really honest, but it was also very obvious what he was saying for me. You look at it and go, yeah, I should have played Gruev because it was too stretched a game and Gruev to give us more solid defensively, maybe. And you look at it and go, Aronson didn't work out at all. He subbed him at half-time. I was toying with the idea of not playing him. Is he saying that to fan base to give us a bit of hope? He's not going to play him going forward. Was there truth in that? Did he actually, was he really up till early hours? Question whether to play Brendan, because I aren't too sure because he plays him regardless, done in most games. Is it now half time? He's just realised I've made a big boo-boo all season. That it's time for him to come out. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it was true about him staying up all night dwelling on those dealings. For me, it's been staring in my face all season. I got stick on Joe's show October, November time. I stated come February, March time, Aronson will not be playing and it will be one of the wingers in the 10. It still hasn't happened. Maybe it's a little bit later into the season than what I expected, but I thought this sort of crossroads would have come maybe 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. Because let's be fair, if you've got low centre of gravity, if you can hold the ball. Gnonto's great with ball, mate. He don't lose the ball very often. He might lose it if he does a straight pass, but in terms of strength, shielding the ball away from the defender he's playing against, he's really good with ball. He can see a pass. I mean, that ball he played through for what led to the second goal, mint. That's what you want from a 10. You want him to be able to set the ball, vision, and the ability to play the pass that he intends to play. And it's a beautiful ball, and the goal comes from it. And we know he can shoot left foot, right foot. He's got goals in him. If anything, he's out of form, but probably because he hasn't played many minutes. I would say Gnonto is the best suited to play in the 10. And Farke definitely in his post-match led us to believe now that I think he maybe thinks it as well, Priestley.
Yeah, I mean, definitely his comments infer that Aronson won't be playing much for the rest of the season. And like I say, I think he's just realised now. He's looked at it and gone, right, Aronson's not working. That mistake was the final straw.
You think?
And he's just gone, we need to try something different. And that's why that's why I think we didn't buy anybody in January or loan anybody. Because Farke probably thought, if need be, we can just put Gnonto there.
Maybe, but I don't even know if he thought about the whole season, because we haven't seen it even for 20 minutes, really, have we? It's always been Pinot with Joseph going on.
What game would it where he actually played? Sheffield Wednesday away.
Yeah,
I think
early
it was
season.
Gnonto played in 10 first half, and he was unbelievable.
Yeah, well, and then we haven't seen it since. Not even as
a
sub, really.
What I mean. So it obviously works.
Yeah, I think we're in a position now where he's been taking Aronson off and dropping Pinot into 10, which Pirro's been looking on. I say at 10 or been playing 2 top. However you want to look at it, he's been taking Aronson off and Pirro's dropped a little deeper, which I think Pirro's been doing well. Problem with that, Priestley, is you're bringing Joseph on, but Joseph isn't really doing it in the 9. So now we're at a position now where he's now going to try using that 10 for Gnonto, and it means he can keep Pirro up top. It just probably means now he's going to sacrifice Joseph's minutes to maybe give Gnonto more minutes in that 10, and then maybe Ramazani gets a few more minutes as that first swap on wing. I think that I could see that going, how that's going to go forward me, and maybe Joseph is the one who's going to get the least minutes in that attacking for me, I think, going forward. I don't know what you guys think in chat.
Yeah, I agree with that Joseph's minutes will probably be sacrificed.
Yeah, I think so.
Something needs to change, and certain things he's tried haven't worked.
Yeah.
And like I say, I think Ramazani getting more minutes is a good thing, because he always looks good when he comes on. Always lively, and I'd say defenders won't want to face him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Farke said the other day in an emergency he would rely on the youth backups, and he has faith in them. Reason why he didn't strengthen in Jan. Yeah, well, we're not seeing him though. He's not really playing no youth either, though, is he? But Chambers on bench the other day. No, I don't know. Easy says this will be interesting. Farke will keep selecting the same team until injuries force him to change. I have to agree. I think many Leeds fans are delusional if they don't see Farke is the problem. The 49ers should sack him before it's too late. Priestley's going to be smirking. No, well, Easy knows that. Easy's not daft. He knows that. He knows they're not going to sack him. In Easy's mind, they should sack him now. They should sack him at the end of the season.
Also, all these people thinking if we do get promoted, they're going to sack Farke. No, what happened? Farke's a man they trust.
Maybe, but it's a lot tighter than they'll have envisaged, mate. A lot tighter.
After last season, being top after with 8 games left. No, I'm happy with where we are. Don't forget, last season we were chasing for 90% of it, and now we're actually up there. People still panicking.
What you're happy where we are?
What, top of the league? Yeah.
Yeah, but put some context on that. Yeah, top of league. Of course, I'm happy being top of league. But you're happy 1 winning 4. You're happy with 1 winning 4. You're happy.
I'm happy with one defeat in 20.
But 1 winning 4. Look how tight it is.
Yeah, I get that, but you're asking for context. I'm saying it's okay saying 1 winning 4, but it's 1 defeat in 20 and we're top of the league. We've got an easier running.
But now the draws are stacking up. Now we're starting to draw games, and we're starting to struggle to win games. Or you think, well, ever there's a goal in it, we're conceding goals at the minute. We're not 2 or 3 up like we have been all season.
Why Why did everybody expect us to win every game for the remainder of the season? You're going to drop points.
Yeah, but we can't drop many more, mate. We can't drop many more because then you won't be happy. Because guess what? We won't be top anymore.
I'm happy with second.
This is a good. I'll let you answer this because you'll say none. Matty, who would you have bought with Sheffield and Burnley bought? Bruce is going to say absolutely no one. Bruce is going to say, Matty, you wanted DR, you wanted him, you wanted him.
Of the players they signed in January.
Yeah, you'd have had none of them, would
players
you?
they signed in January. None of them.
Well, that's mental. Because what about that? What's his name? Who they signed that player? Is he playing right wing for them now? He's
Marcus
a class
Edwards.
player. Marcus Edwards. You'd have had him, and you'd have put him in 10 straight up. I'd have put him in 10. I'd have put a winger in 10. I'd have put him in.
Yeah, but then again, you put square pegs in around the holes.
Yeah, well, maybe. But yeah, to answer your question, mate,
you don't know you can play
many of them. Maybe not, but you'd have found a way to get him into the squad because he's a top player. But yeah, outside that, probably none of them. But we didn't have to go for the play Sheffield and Burnley got, mate. We didn't. We could have got players who didn't go.
I remember everybody raving about that Enzo Lafif for Sunderland like it was next coming as Zidane. And he got 2 assists and now he's injured for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he looks a talent and all that, but yeah, he hasn't done much for them, has he? If we drop out the top 2, sack Farke and bring in an attacking coach temporarily, this is easy.
That's like when we signed. That's like when we appointed Allardyce for the last 4 games of the Premier League season. It's absolute madness.
No, of course it is. It's you can't be sacking and chopping and changing with your manager at this stage of the season. You just can't. You just can't at this stage of the season. They'll ride it out and see where it goes, but. I do believe he's
games this season. Who's back in charge? Chilino.
Yeah, I know. It sounds mad, but like I say, mate, it's you get. I always hate. I've said all season I hate blaming the manager when we lose a game or we draw a game. When we don't play well, I look at the players and I think, well, he's put the side out there capable of winning. But then when you start looking at the season as a whole, look at the players we've got. Are we over-egging how good they are? I don't think so. I think at this level they're brilliant. So why are we so close to a Burnley side, to a Sheffield United? Is it because they're first-year parachute payments and maybe we're not respecting that? You know, we've had a year in Championship. They've come down. They should be better than Leeds United this season on that basis, or potentially better. Is that a factor? For me, no. We've got the better side. We've got the better manager. Why is it so close? Is it because of Farke's lack of in-game management, which I think is very prevalent at the minute? I think in-game, Priestley, bearing in mind, his stats will back up that in-game his subs score more goals than most, and that's a fact. But he brings them on when we're 2 or 3 up, and it's been an easy sub. When it's a tight game, I'm yet to see him. A bar Sunderland, which one mint, and that one really good. That was probably best substitutions he's made all season, or maybe his tenure at Leeds United. But in game, it's very rare when it's a tight game. Other than him gun ho throwing every attacker on, which it barely works, it looks like he hasn't got a clue in game. And I think in the Prem, that's where he'll get found out because every game will be tight. At this level, I think sometimes the players get him out of sticky situations because of how talented they are, Priestley.
Okay, I'm going to give you an answer to this. Okay, sometimes Farke is a problem. He leaves his subs too late. He sets us up wrong. It's all a bit sideways and backwards. But most of the time, it's individual mistakes. You can't blame Farke for that. You've got Melier at Sunderland, Aronson today, Melier against Hull, even Blackburn away. Farke didn't give away that penalty, did he?
No, he didn't. Today, Aronson, individual error.
That's about 9 points right there from individual errors.
No, I get that. He still picked a side, but the individual errors have come from like a penalty as Rodon. You'd have played Rodon.
I know it's an old cliche as well, but he sees these players every day. He watches them in training. He knows what they're capable of. He wouldn't pick the team if he didn't think those 11 players could win.
No, I agree. I just didn't think it. I just didn't think it'd be this tight, and it's definitely accumulation of the players and the manager. I don't like to hammer that manager too much. I don't, but for the talent he's got, Priestley, I mean, for me, we should be head and shoulders clear. We really shouldn't. It's a 50-50 split when you look at it. I mean, you can isolate players, like you say, and say there's been individual errors, which I agree with. You know, like Easy just don't like Farke at all. Farke will not be the manager next season. We'd be lucky to win one game. Like, I think that's wild. Priest is honestly easy. Priestley, and you need to go for a pint. You'd have a right good laugh. Yeah, this is just so triggering for Priestley.
I'm all for people having opinions. I'm all for people having opinions, but some of it's just madness.
Why? What's mad about that statement? We'll only win one game. Yeah, I know. It's yeah, I'm not too sure on that easy, mate. We won't be lucky to win one game, to be fair, but yeah, it's going to be here,
as well. People are looking at Farke's history in the Premier League as a reason to go. We need to sack him when we get promoted. When Norwich got promoted, they spent about £5 million. They went into that Premier League season with Timo Pukki up front.
Yeah. No, well, I know
the 49ers are going to back him massively next season.
It's not even just based on that, though, Priestley. Yeah, we can look at Norwich. You know, that brings up all time. Yeah, it's not a fair barometer that to measure him on, really. But like, if you base him on now, like, it's so touch and go. Like, you know, we turn up against Swansea and don't get a win, we could be third. Like, it's so tight.
Before that.
Well, yeah.
Sheffield United play on the Friday night, so we could be third before that.
Do they? It's a crazy one, mate.
Just to make you all feel a little bit better.
It's a crazy one. Like I say, I'm taking massive hope out of the fixtures we've got coming up. But there is an argument. I was speaking to Danny Talksport earlier on phone, and we were saying, like, we're playing sides on paper, mid to low end, and you think, right, that's decent. That you know, we haven't got anyone in top 7 or top 8 or top 10, whatever it is, till the end of the season. You look at it and go, great. But sometimes these teams have got more to play for than you know. Other sides. Like, you look at some of these sides, and some of them are still looking over the shoulder. Look at Portsmouth; they were 8 points clear of relegation when they played us, but they were still looking over the shoulder, and they probably still are now after losing to bleeding Plymouth, which was mad. Beat Leeds United and lose to Plymouth. It's just crazy, this division. But like, when you got teams looking over the shoulder, worried about staying up.
We got a Plymouth last game of the season, and we both need him. It's terrifying.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. If we got a Plymouth needing a win, mate, and that's to see us up, then you just can't even imagine the scenes, mate. It's gonna be a nightmare. But like I say,
especially when we get a 93rd minute penalty and Bamford scores it.
There's no way, mate. There's no way. You and Danny are right on that one. It just shouldn't be coming. It shouldn't be that tight. It should not be coming down to even discussions like that for me. 8 games to go. Are we capable of getting 24 points? Yeah, we are. What's the likelihood? Pretty slim at the minute. We're going to get anywhere near that because, like I say, the away form without Amper to win it is absolutely terrifying. It really is. What I will say is the international break, as we've obviously touched on, is coming at the perfect time. He's flogged these lads for the last 7 days now, and I think Farke's at fault for that reason, 1,000,000%. The middle game of a 3-game week should always be rotation. Always. Don't care what anybody says. The middle game should always see rotation, especially when you've got the talent we've got. So today, on that basis, it is on Farke for me. But the boys got him out of a hole because the boys, you know, yeah, they changed with Gnonto at half-time. That one on Farke. Farke did well with that one, granted. But the boys dug it out there, and, you know, we'd already pulled it back to 2-1. I think if Gnonto don't come on at half-time for me, I think we probably still get a result in there. I think going in at half-time 2-1 instead of 2-0 were massive. Gnonto got the goal, made the goal come probably earlier. But I do think at 2-1, regardless of what subs he made, I think we were going to come back and get 2-2 for that one. But I do think this is on Farke.
That's the point as well. Why was the first half as being 2-1 down at half-time Farke's fault, but was getting back to 2-2 the players?
Just what I think, mate. I just do. Just what I think. I think you should have had rotation Wednesday. Just my opinion. I just do. I mean, Farke gets praised for coming back and drawing 2-0 because he made the sub. Gnonto, let's be fair, Gnonto changed the game. But in my opinion, we're just still going in at 2-1. You could see going into half time that we were building. So I think we would have got a draw anyway. But the fact that no rotation in 3 games in a week, I think probably cost us and why we were 2-0 down. And I'm not even saying physically fatigued, because in the opening 30 minutes of a game, you're not going to be absolutely knackered. You know that comes later in the game, but mentally, it's just a lot to cope with. It's just a lot. 3 games in 6 days, and I think, you know, we got caught cold like we do a lot of times, you know, away from home when we start. I think we looked all right with ball at feet, but they look quite threatening for that opening half an hour, and obviously he got 2 goals. Dodgy mistake by Aronson, and obviously poor defending for their header, but What I would like to touch on, second half, Gnonto comes on, plays that ball through. We go to all. There was still, half an hour left, 30 odd minutes left. For me, even though I think we're the better side second half, I still didn't feel like we were definitely going to win, or we were the better side. Even though I'd say we marginally were that second, they still had chances. They still had a lot of touches in our opposition box. I think we had 19, they had 17 in our box. It were quite even for, we had all the possession again like we normally do previously, but they still had a lot of moments in and around our box, and we're just not used to seeing it.
Yeah, I've not seen much made about the save that Melia made at 2-all. Keepers in it.
Yeah, it's fair. Because
it's easy to criticise him when I even saw someone blaming him for the goals. What? Just poor defending for them both. But it's an easy punching bag, innit?
No, of course he is. Southern and Leeds YouTubes need something to talk about for a fortnight, so they were never going to be happy and calm. I'll just have to talk to our lads for a fortnight, mate. Hey up, Lee. Hope you well.
I say you need to talk to your lads for a fortnight.
Yeah, I'll have to start talking about lads again.
You remember she exists then?
Yeah. Well, I got married in August and I started this in September. I don't think we've spoke since. So yeah, I'll have to speak to you next fortnight. Oh God. Matt says, I hope you're doing well, Matt, anyway, buddy. Farke, quickest manager to get 50 wins, most goals from subs, top of the league, 80 points, only 4 losses in, but Farke is shit. That is what's deluded. Yeah.
Yes, Matt, you're on my wavelength.
I know he's on your wavelength. Yeah, I like Daniel Farke. I absolutely fucking think he's class for this side. I think he'll get us up, and I think he deserves a go next season. But I will say this week, this patch of form, we have got to look at Farke. We have. Those mistakes from Aronson and possibly James are from being that tired to be sharp enough. Freshness needed above all else, therefore limiting chances of making mistakes. Yeah, Jonathan, I have to agree, mate. I have to agree. You can't expect the lads to put an 8, 9, 10 out of 10 performance when they're playing so many games in such a short space of time. They're fit enough to play multiple games in a week. They are, but they're not going to be at their maximum greatest potential either. For that, they're just not. No, mate. I think you asked who I would have signed out of those players that went to those sides. I ain't going to say I'm not going to have Edwards because he's a good player. But no, I would not have fucking signed another winger, pal. We've only got 2 centre backs. No. But he did sign for Burnley. And would I have him at Leeds at this level? Yes, because I'm not a moron. Stupid question.
Who did they play ahead of there?
I couldn't give a shit. But I'd have had him. Mate. Of course I would. You asked me who I'd have out of their signings. I'd have had him. I don't care when he fucking plays. That's not my job. I'd have had him though, pal. I'd have had him coming on for Dan James today after 70 minutes. Can too right I would have done. Adam, angry earlier, disappointed, okay now, still top and restful. Yeah, I'm pretty chill. Like I say, I've had a good day, to be fair. It's been all right, but it is frustrating. It's just... I asked about the odd game, Priestley, mate. I can see past it. Ain't gonna ruin my fucking life dropping points.
Yeah, it shows.
There's a pattern now though, because it's 4 games now with 1 win, and don't say the whole shit about 1 loss. There's a pattern now forming. We're conceding first. The away form now 2 games, 1 point in 2 games away from home. It's starting to build up into more of a pattern like we saw before Christmas, like we saw with not being clusters of moments, clusters of games where we were dropping points away from home. I'm right back there about the away form again. That's the worry. Do you think if we win all our home games, those 12 points available, we go up?
Yeah.
Even if we lose the 4 away games?
Oh, you didn't ask that. I think 4 wins, 2 draws gets us up.
Maybe.
Or 5 wins.
Maybe.
Whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, 5 wins would get us to 95, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But could Burnley and Sheffield United win 6 and lose 2? Yeah, they could. Win 6 and draw 2. So, yeah, honestly, it's just way too tight. Way too tight, mate. I ain't gonna stressing me out. It's stressing me out a little bit. I've had a really good day, though. The 49ers will spend roughly 150 million when they're promoted. Priestley is mistaken if he thinks the 49ers will throw that money down the drain. No wonder Norwich refused to back Farke in the Prem. Adam, I look at those fixtures are hard, and they both play. Go on, mate. What are you saying?
On what Easy just said, that's the thing with opinions. I like assholes. Everybody's got one, and they all stink.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, mate, he did make a change in game management today, which I said, pal. Today he did. He doesn't usually though, does he? But today he did, pal.
Yeah, but how many managers have you seen make subs at half time?
I don't want him to make changes. I don't want him to make changes at half time. But I want him to make changes in earlier than 90 minutes, like he did Wednesday. In game, in tight games, bar Sunderland and bar today, he doesn't make those subs. He doesn't make them. He thought about making changes last night, deep into early hours at night, didn't he? Gnonto, that'd have been a brave move. Take Harrison out playing Gnonto, but he didn't, did he? He bottled that, and then he realised he should have done that, which we've all been saying for pretty much all season, that he should be making changes like that. But yeah, he impacted the game today with an half-time substitute, he did. But his in-game management for over the 36 games, 38 games, hasn't been great, pal. It hasn't. And I like Farke. This isn't a Farke bashing, but for this last week, he's made errors that has led to dropping points for me. He really has. Oxford and Luton away, going to be like Portsmouth and QPR. Leeds need to be more ready for the physical. Yeah, we do. And it always harks back, doesn't it, Nigel, when you talk about physicality in away games or physicality in games. It harks back to Ampadu. We can't do nothing about it, I know, but there is a pattern there that we struggle without him, mate. So that's a bit of a worry. We are going into the break, top of the league. That's a good position for the next 2 weeks. I think him changing Brendan for Gnonto was a good move to 100%, Paul. Agree wholeheartedly. I think the international break, as much as we don't like it as fans, it's come at the right time for the boys. There's a few going away, which isn't ideal, but I think we do need to reset and go again. It's come at a good time for us, I'd say, to just sort of regroup and get their heads down and go again for final 8 games. Oh, Adam's been at a quiz today and he won. Well played, Adam. I thought you would anyway. I thought you'd win. What's he saying?
Did anybody else turn up?
Yeah, just him on his own. No pedal, no party. Can't wait to see Ethan back after the international break. Yeah, I hope he's back, fit and raring to go. I really do.
Yeah, you know what else is back after the international break, don't you?
Don't even say it.
Verba.
Oh, is it Verba? Yeah, it gives us a bit of depth there, doesn't it, back? Paul Brennan, we went down 2-0. Junior Fopo scored just at the right time. Second half from the start. Then the Farke put on Willie in the number 10 position. It worked. Come back out. Got a point. Disappointed we didn't win. Yeah, I mean, the disappointing thing about that war, when you're 2-0 down, you'd bite your hand off for a 2-2 draw, wouldn't you? But there was still plenty of time, wasn't there, to get another goal, which would have been understandable.
Touching on Furpo's goal, that's something that's annoyed me as well. They're taking it off him.
Yeah, no, they are. Yeah.
Put it down as an own goal.
An goal. Yeah, no, gee, they have.
And I thought they were going to rule it out for offside.
Yeah, well, Bogle didn't touch it. Yeah, Bogle just didn't touch it, did he? But yeah. he won offside. Wouldn't have surprised me if they just give him offside even though he didn't touch it. But luckily,
it's good to have one of those decisions going half over for a change.
Yeah, well, to be fair, because when I seen it, I thought, they'd just say that were offside, but now they didn't. Thank God. Skipper says we've arguably the best squad in the Championship history. Probably not far off right, to be fair. We should be romping this league this season. Yeah, I think so too, mate. To be fair, a few players like Farke and today, they did, mate. They did. It was nice, what I'll say about Farke, it was nice that he pulled Brendan at half-time, because that's very notable, isn't it? You know, we go on about him making changes late and stuff like that. His subs at times this season have been on the money. They've come on and made impacted games. But he don't make them that early. You know, that was a standout move by Farke today. That will have hurt Brendan that today. And maybe we get another reaction out of Brendan. You know, maybe Gnonto's going to play in 10 for the rest of the season. Who knows? We don't know what'll happen yet. But maybe that, for Brendan, maybe rather than a bit of confidence knock, is going to spur him on to improve. You know, really work hard on training ground over his next 2 weeks, because he isn't on international duty, Priestley. He can get his head stuck in at Thorpe Park and try and turn his form around for these remaining games.
By America.
Can you believe it?
I don't know. Shocked.
Leeds fans wanting Farke out. Last year it was Leicester fans when their 17-point lead went weak. Mentality fans. Yeah, I mean, anybody who wants Farke out, for me, I disagree with them. I mean, like I said, Leicester fans wanted their manager out, but people entitled to their opinions probably are. Like I say, I think it's wild to want to sack your manager when you are top of league, or even if you're within one win. If we were third and you're within one win, I still think it's crazy. But he is allowed to be criticised. You've got to talk about this match review. You've got to talk about games in isolation. You look at it and everyone's at fault. I mean, fucking hell. I fuck up most of the time in my life. Just there's no one talking about me on YouTube. I don't think anyway. If there is, then I'll be worried. But we all fuck up and stuff. But we're talking about this, and I think the game on Wednesday impacted today's results. Like a lot of people said it wouldn't. I think it did, and I think a lot of people would probably agree with that notion now. I'm still
sure. I think your fuck up's dwarf in comparison to everybody else's.
Inside joke. Let's keep it that way, yeah. Hey up, Lee. Hope you well, mate. Duncan says bank holiday weekend in Plymouth. What could possibly go wrong? Bournemouth 90 again, maybe. Oh, Duncan, don't. Get that Tezza 1-4 on a Leeds against Swansea. Swansea 11-1. Oof, mental.
We were 1-4 today as well, by the way.
Were we?
Yeah.
Mate. Absolutely madness.
We're also 1-8 to get automatically promoted, and 1-3 to win. 1-4 to win league.
Really?
But what do bookies know?
Yeah, exactly. Lee says, I said as soon as Ampadu got injured, we were going to struggle. I think he has to be in defence. Yeah, but the thing is with that, you can't take. For me, I mean, it was part of day, but I don't think you can take Strauch out, unless he's injured. I don't know what to do with Ampadu. To be fair, right now we grew up being out of form, and Rothwell being probably the fans' choice. He'd probably just take Rothwell out and put Ampadu in there when he previously a minute. If he was fit, I just think he probably would.
It's nice problems to have, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. We need him back. We look bad for 40 minutes, might not 30. Yeah, I suppose.
Do you reckon Ampadu could play 10?
Maybe. I don't think this guy likes me. Leeds fans who are panicking need to go chicken. I don't know. Go have a lie down. I don't know, buddy. No idea. We might have a different feeling about our draw today if the Owls get something in the derby. Yeah, maybe. I just don't want to rely on other results. But yeah, I mean, if they lose tomorrow, obviously it's fucking mint, mate. To be fair, maybe I will. I mean, I had to ask anyway. I've had a good day, and we still finished top. So come end of their game tomorrow, we're still top, aren't we? But it's just nervy. It's just a bit too nervy, and I just didn't expect it. Some of the teams we're playing are fighting relegation. Yeah, that's it. And we feel like they will raise their games. To get 1 or 2 wins, they need to stay up. It won't be easy. Yeah, Danny, I agree. We all know that. We all say, don't we, the cup final most games anyway. But a lot of these teams fighting down bottom end are going to ramp it up a bit more as well, aren't they? Since being at Leeds just under 2 years, Daniel Farke, outstanding, and his man management of players is first class. He's developed Dan James. Yeah, he has, mate. His man management skills have been class. The way he handled the Willie Gnonto situation at the start of his first season, the way he's improved Dan James as a player, the way he's improved Farke as a player. Some will say it's the step down in quality. I would argue against that and say he's turned it around.
When we signed him, he's improved Bogo as well.
Yeah, very true.
Sheffield United fans couldn't wait to get rid of him.
No. Don't know what that means. I don't think we'll lose 4 away games, mate. I was just saying. Got it in for me. You want your pod? Got it in for me, buddy.
Bit of YouTube beef there, mate.
Oh, massively. As long as we are in the top 2 when they play each other, we will be all right because one of will drop points. Yeah, they will, mate. They've got to play each other. I think we still will be. It's just hard because we come through our patchy. We come through our tough fixtures, didn't we? Had a right run of tough fixtures. Watford's, Coventry's, on paper, you Sheffield United, your Sunderland, and I thought, wow, we've cracked it. We've done it. We're nearly there, aren't we? We're nearly there. 1 foot in Premier. I said 1 foot in Premier League fucking loads of times recently. Then they're just space and ass. Yeah, I am an idiot. That's why you love me, I think. Makes you feel less of an idiot being associated with me. If more teams were prepared to get amongst Leeds early in the season, we'd be worse position than we are now. Thankfully, it only occurred in isolated games before the recent run. Yeah, mate. Yeah, doesn't it? Mark Sutherland, hey up, buddy. Hope you're right, mate. Aronson not getting picked, but you were saying he's good for us. He needs a break. 100%, mate. It's never been a true word. I said he needs a rest. 1,000,000%. Are you giving first goal to Firpo? He was my late night Leeds predictions. No, mate. I can't, Duncan. And you're talking to the wrong man. It's Adam who decides these things, but it's gone down as an OG for Mr. Fox, mate. So it can't be, buddy. Hope there is no bad vibes between Solomon and Farke now because Solomon was absolutely fuming and being brought off. Yeah, well, they can't be, can they? You've just got to.
I want players to be fuming when they get subbed off. I want them to be fuming because it means they felt they've been playing well and they've got that extra something more to give in the game.
Maybe.
And it'll make them want to play better.
Hopefully. Brendan being dropped by US, dropped by Farke. Maybe he'll be angry and will we even know? It's probably not because he's built like a Rizzler paper. So he probably will. You want him to throw himself and I'll not pitch, but we'll probably won't even know, Paul. No, 100%. Easy. Farke has convinced some fans that he's great, but the players aren't. I won't forget the players we lost last season because of Farke. Go on, Priestley, have a laugh. So he's referring to here, I assume, Gray. Because let's be fair, if we go up last season, Archie Gray stays and we probably have him for a number of years. The fact we didn't go up, we lost Archie
those
Gray.
three players have all moved on to bigger and better things. I mean, Somerville's injured. Gray's played in every position apart from his natural position. The only one that's had a decent season is Rutter. And I actually think we're a better team and squad without those three players.
No, fair enough. Burnley next two games.
He really doesn't like Farke, does he? Really doesn't like him.
Easy. The thing is with Easy, mate, he always gives his point some backing. I really like Easy. He's a really good bloke, but he does not like Farke, no. But he doesn't just say Farke out, or he actually elaborates on why, and he's been consistent with it. But also when we've had upturning performances, he will praise him when he needs to. He will say he's done something right. He ain't a dick, but he don't like Farke, and that's it. And eventually he'll be right, Priestley. Eventually we'll get to Prem, hopefully. And we will get to Prem. Why am I saying hopefully? We will get to Prem. And if we struggle, he'll lose his job, and then Easy will be right. It's just I don't think he's right now.
Yeah, that's just confirmation bias.
Maybe. Solid. I actually love your work, Mate. Don't like seeing you panicking. Well, you're gonna see me panic from time to time, buddy. And I'm flapping a bit. Like I say, I've had a really good day. I am, but now I'm talking about the season as a whole. It is worrying me. But when I look at our fixtures, we should be absolutely fine. But just because over the last 4 games, it's turned into a bit of panic state. I had this earlier in the season. I remember going on Just Joe's show when we dropped a couple away. I think it ran Bristol City draw and things like that. And he was saying the same. I said, Matty, we're going to win it by 10 points. HMS pissed the league. Stop panicking. What's up with you, man? And I was panicking. And I'm panicking a little bit more now because there's a pattern there. I ain't bothered about the odd freak result. We lose one. Portsmouth were like, but then I'm expecting us to win Wednesday, which we did, and then win today. And then Portsmouth I'm not asked about. But yeah, it is a bit of a worry for me, mate. I can't help it.
I'm intrigued the fact that you keep referring to it as a pattern, considering the shit you give me when I notice patterns in football. I'm the most superstitious man in football.
You're the most superstitious man alive, mate. Unbelievable. You're superstitious about all sorts. Cheers, mate. Hope you're all right, Jamo. Hope you're all right, buddy. 4 games and we've got promotion, not the title, but we'll have second. I don't know, Lee. I don't know. I'd have to normally agree, but I just think the other sides aren't going to drop many points. I don't. I think we need more than that. Me. I said at the beginning of the season, if we get 90, like we did last, we'll win league at 90. We're nowhere near winning league with 90 now. Nowhere near. Don't think Farke will drop Aronson and throw him to the Lions after the international break. If I'm honest, I don't think he'll drop Aronson straight after the national break. I really don't. I can see Aronson playing again. It's nice today we've seen him give Gnonto a go and prove a lot of people wrong. People saying all season, wingers can't play in 10. They can't do it. What proof have we got that they do it? Well, you can't have proof if they don't try it. But based on just as basic knowledge and logic, when you look at a footballer and go, he can play in 10. A lot of us have said Gnonto could play in 10. I think Ramazani and Solomon could probably play in 10, but I think Gnonto were the most natural out of any wingers that could play in the 10. And we've finally seen today, as logic behind it has come to fruition. I think he should be the successor after the international break, but I still think Aronson will play. Leeds had to sell Gray to comply with PSR, says Michael. We know that, don't we, mate? They all expected Somerville to go, but because they didn't, they had to sell Gray. Lee Sawyer. Hey up, Sawyer. I don't get why people moan about Farke. He hardly had any players at the start of his first season. Look at what he did. This season, freebie players went, and now we are top. I trust Farke in decisions. Yeah, I trust.
Yeah,
Mate,
more like it.
Hope you're well, mate. I trust, like when we talk about Premier League, hopefully next season stuff, sorry as well. I trust the powers that be to make the right decisions when it comes to player recruitment. Like, they haven't got many players wrong. They haven't got anyone wrong. Even Jed Spence looked a great signing when we signed him. Kamara were all right, steady, sold him for more money. I think they've done well with all the recruitment. So between Farke and the 49ers, I think they tick most boxes to get most things right. Obviously, you can never be perfect in life, can you, buddy? But they get a lot of stuff right. People will moan about Farke. There's a bit of substance to that. Manager who knows that his way out of this division, the best side on paper, the biggest wage, but all that shit. Why are we so close to second and third? But flip it round, pal. We're top at league, so what can you moan about? So it just depends what side of the fence you sit. We're top at league. It's just tighter than what people wanted. So some people will come out and say it should be gone, it shouldn't be here, which it does seem well when you are numero uno. So imagine being Leicester's shoes next year in the Championship with 10-point deduction. And how good's that going to... I tell you, it's going to be a sweet moment, innit? You know, we get promoted and you see your Southamptons come down. You see your Leicesters come down. It's absolutely class. Leeds on top. By winning all our remaining home games and securing draws away, we can reach a sort of 96 points. Let's hope that will be sufficient. I would have to agree that 96 points surely wins its title. Surely. But, yeah, I just don't know. You'd like to think as well, wouldn't you, those away games, you'd pick up a win or a couple of wins out of them, but it's just panic stations at the minute in my head. Look at League. Go on, Priestley. Danny, Matty, I said to you it will come down to the last game, and I think it's going to happen. Well, Danny, I think you say some stuff sometimes just to stress me out on purpose, but I'm starting to look at that a little bit more as well. I think there's only 7 games left before you left pretty singly last game, innit, pal? And yeah, it's looking like it's going to be very tight. I thought we'd have won league with. What did I say? We'll have won the league with 4 games to go. I thought genuinely, I believe that most of the season, and now my ass has fallen out.
You and your horrible predictions.
I know. I'm the worst person to have a YouTube channel. Worst person ever, because I just go on my heart all the time. Like, don't think at all. I just don't think at all. 5 points out of the last 12 and needed 2 miracles the 2 games before. Well, yeah, that's it, Matt. That's what I'm sort of looking at. 5 points out of the last 12 available, and 2 of the wins we got were fucking 90th minute winners. Do you know what I mean? And I know they were hard games, tight games, and the best moments of this season, really, when you look at it. But yeah, even the wins we've had in this last, run have been hard to win. That's what's we haven't played well, really well since like Cardiff. Do you know what I mean? When you look back here, we've had some great wins in this last 6-7 games, but we haven't played well. We had a purple patch, like I said, 4 or 5, 6 games where we were playing well for 90 minutes for first time in all season. We were still top at league before that. We'd play well for 45, 50 minutes and we'd win. But then we had a purple patch where we were playing for 90 minutes for a succession of games. And I feel like since then, it's been a struggle. Even the wins we've had have been a struggle, Priestley. That's why the anxiety is starting to come in with me. That's why the stress and worries coming in, that I don't like feeling like this, because I'm a really positive fan. And I still think we'll win league, by the way. Just to caveat that, I still think we go up as champions. I do. It's just a lot closer than it needs to be for me. A lot closer. Hi, Matt and Dennis. Dennis Priestley, the darts player. Is that what you mean, Andy? Dennis the Menace, late to the party. Those non-rational mistakes are going to be the end of Leeds. Yeah, these... Oh, God. Peacocks are white. Should be in Cass Monday on my way down to Bryce. I ain't saying I live in Cass. It's awful. Who's your early player of the year? Mine's Dan James, Michael. Mine's Dan James. 100%. Who's yours, Priestley? Said Bogle, are
you? To be fair, it's between Bogle or Tanaka.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Tanaka just looks a class above.
Yeah, I can't argue with any of those three. He's
actually got to run the games.
Yeah, you can't argue with any of them 3.
For the reaction we got when we signed Bogle from the Sheffield United fans, I think he's been class as well. First couple of games were a bit dodgy, but since then he's just been
100%.
Absolute class.
Paul says this is the hardest second tier in the world to win. Promotion bottom can beat top players team. Come on, Leeds, stay focused and we keep fighting. Got a back on, buddy. I love all your little emojis you put on your messages, buddy. Class. Hope you're well, mate. Danny, I love Matty's predictions. Always goes with his heart, but don't think he sits and thinks about it. But that's Matty for you. It is, mate. It is. Always go with my heart, 100%. Mate. Don't go with my head. Yeah. Danny's last day prediction could be becoming a reality. Danny, when's Bamford about playing? Let's not talk about it. Promoted versus Stoke, champions versus Brizzle, Partick versus Plymouth. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for like a party last couple of weeks. Sort of that's what I've sort of been thinking all season. So that's what I'm praying for. That's what if you'd have asked me 3 games ago, mate, I'd have agreed with that. I'd have said yeah. I'd have said 100%. That's what's happening. And now I'm just panicking a bit, but I'll take your word for it. Yes, Dennis Priestley. I thought it was when you first said Dennis. I thought, what's he on about here? And I thought, that's fun. So I know what you mean.
To be fair, that's quite original.
You are.
That's quite original, is that one? I don't get called that much.
No, Dennis Priestley is a good one, that, isn't it? Danny says mine's Melier. He's been immense for the opposing teams. There you are again. Wind up, mate. There you are again. Peacock Wise William C. Fantastic show, bro. Love and respect to all in the chat. Same and all keep well and hope to see you. Yeah, cheers, mate. Go check out Peacock Wise of LFC. Go check him out. He's a top bloke. So just to mention my day, really, it's my channel. I want to talk about my day. Leeds United didn't ruin it, even though we dropped points. So, like I said earlier, I did the tour of Ellen Road today. Has anyone in the chat done it? You've done it, Priestley, I think, haven't you? A while back.
Yeah.
Value for money, it's right up there in terms of entertainment, where you got cinema, but whatever you're doing for entertainment, a stadium tour at Ellen Road, great value. I mean, I don't know if you remember what you paid for it, Priestley, but I'm sure it's like £18 for an adult. It knocks a couple of quid off being a member. I think it was about £17 for me, £6, I think, for kids. You know, I took our Jack, my eldest son.
A while since I did it, so
yeah, I took my eldest son, I took Theo, we love you, Luke, I took my daughter Iona, so there were 4 of us going, me and 3 kids. They were well behaved, which always helps, but it was absolutely class. I've never done no like that before, and so like you get to go in changing rooms, all shirts hung up. You get to see where they go for a chuffing piss. It was class. You go down tunnel. They have a marching together playing. Through speakers while you walk down tunnel. Honestly, unreal. You sit in dugout. You get to walk around pitch. You go to press box. Honestly. An hour and a half it's supposed to last. We were in there just over 2 hours. The bloke that did the tour for us, a young Australian bloke who fell in love with Leeds United because his dad was a Leeds fan, came over here, now works. I couldn't tell you his name. He now works for the club. His favourite player is Mark Viduka, believe it or not. And his knowledge of the game, which it has to be for a tour guide, obviously, his knowledge of Leeds United were absolutely spot on. Some of the stories he was telling us, things I've never heard of before. You know, telling us about Leeds City, who played there before Leeds United. I think they started in 1904 or something like that. They were saying that someone died playing on the pitch, which I've never heard of that before. A lad he told me a story that this player had been like sort of crushed between 2 other bodies, and then he'd gone off clutching his chest, thinking he'd broke his sternum or he'd done some sort of injury around his chest area. And one of the coaches or whatever had told we think you're having a heart attack. I don't know how you sort of assess these things over 100 years ago, but they thought he was having a heart attack. 10 minutes later, he was back on pitch because there were 2 more injuries, and he died 30 seconds after letting him pitch with an heart attack. And it's just like, I never even knew that story. And it's such a wild story to hear that someone died of a heart attack in 1904 or 1905. And he just knew everything, every detail about every nook and cranny at Ellen Road. And to walk around and see it all, it was absolutely phenomenal. I've got so much footage. I'm going to be compiling a vlog of it. I've got videos with kids and videos of everything, pictures. I'm going to like collage it all together, as you know what I do with my match day vlogs. And it's going to take me a few days because I don't think I've ever had so much footage to sort of do it. And it's going to take a while to get through, but hopefully it'll be a really good video for you guys. And it would just, I don't know if I'm just over egging it, because I honestly, it was one of the best things I've ever done. One of the best things I've ever done. Paul says, Matty, you have the passion from your heart. You wear it on your sleeve. Why? Because your Leeds daft like us all. Love you, brother. Cheers, Paul. Love you too, buddy. That's class. Thank you, mate. Matty, will you ever eventually listen to me one day? But when that day comes, I may need a doctor. Oh, you'll have a bloody heart attack if I start listening to you, buddy. Were you told about the well on the pitch? Yeah, they mentioned it to us, mate. They told us about all drainage, and he mentioned about the well. Yeah, he did, mate. He's fascinating stuff. Fascinating. So I'll tell you what was funny. You weren't allowed to go on the pitch today. Obviously, you can't go on it. He said that's the only one rule. You can video it. You can do whatever you want. You just can't go on the pitch. Groundsman really said if anyone goes on the rugby tackle you. So I had a bit of a laugh of it. And walking round then, like from dugout, walked all the way around, and I had all the kids leaning over, last bit of grass, just sort of touching where stands are. We're all just leaning over when guys, I'm trying to pull us. I had a fistful out, trying to pull some blades of grass out. Between 4 of us trying to do it, I think we got 3 strands of like artificial grass right from edges. So straight put them in my coat pocket. So I have got like 3 strands of grass or artificial grass because it's a mixture of the two in my coat pocket, which I was buzzing with. But I'll tell you what, it's deeply sewn into foundations, is that stuff. But yeah, the things you do when you just love this club. Find myself just trying to nick a blade of grass. I'm an absolute tool. So 4 kids went on the tour. Yes, Danny, me and 3 kids. So yes, you are right. 4 kids went on the tour, buddy. But I had to pay an adult price because I'm a big unit if you speak to Paul Brooker. I've seen the videos of it on YouTube. And yeah, I watched a few other day just to see what it was like. So I sort of had an inkling what I could do. Bit with class. Matty, I could get that job. I'm not as knowledgeable though. I think you are, buddy. Solomon says David Soldier Wilson died on the pitch. Go read Moscow's book, Unbelievable Hard. Right, okay. Yeah, I think that what his name is. If I remember saying Soldier in the middle of it, I couldn't remember his name. But yeah, that's what he said, pal. There was a curse on the ground. Yeah, have you heard this one, Priest? There was a curse on the ground.
Yeah. Don Revy had to get a Romany woman to come and lift it. And
did you know?
Go on. Did I know what?
Do you know what Revy did to lift it? No,
I have no idea.
He walked around all 4 corners and pissed in each corner. No lie. She told him he had to go all 4. She told him.
Can't be true.
Yeah, it's true. Well, he told it on top there. He had to go to all 4 corner flags and piss at each 4 corner flags. Don Revy did that because he was the only man who was as superstitious as you, Priestley. Like he literally.
I don't think I've ever been that superstitious.
You would if someone told you Leeds United to start winning, mate. You'd do hope for that. So yeah, apparently this is what the tour guide said. It is true. Each 4 corner flags or each 4 corners of the field, mate. He went and took a was on all of them. It's mental, isn't it? Like some of the stories were just class. Pitch used to be the West Ham.
Hang on, I've got more questions than answers for that. do you do all 4 like in the same stint, or do you do one? Go
I don't know the intricacies. I don't know the intricacies, mate. I've just got visions now of you thinking that Don Revy just like went and did a full pee at one corner flag and then sat and drank loads of water for the next 3 hours before he could go for another one. Or he's running down with his pants by his ankles, mate. I don't know, pal. I don't know, mate. This has turned into a really weird stream. He just pissed at each corner, mate. I don't know. I don't know the intricacies, but he was willing to do anything.
You brought it up.
He was willing to do anything, mate. We just thought we're a class story. Well, if we don't go up this year, Farke will be pissing in each goal. Oh, Duncan, yeah, man. Michael Gott, there's a pic somewhere of the gypsy lady in middle of the pitch doing a ceremony. Honestly, it's unreal, isn't it? Some of the stories you hear from back in the day, and yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure there's a picture in one of Gary Edwards' books.
What's that?
I'm sure there's a picture of it in one of Gary Edwards' books.
That is yeah, probably.
I've seen, yeah.
Lee says, I'm a great pisser head. I'm a great pisser head, lol. Night, guys. Night, Lee. Well, yeah, I think we'll leave it there, guys. I'll be back tomorrow for the rating show. Imagine Not Rating Leeds. Got my ratings already done. So, yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to keep doing that show, get a bit consistent with it the day after each game. So, hopefully, we're back tomorrow for that. You can get your predictions in live with me. You know, the interactions, and I always try and keep it next level. Thank you, Priestley, for joining my best pal. I love having you on this reaction show, review show. Please smash a like. Please subscribe. And what's your Twitter, Priestley?
LUFC 1203.
Go see.
Easy, if you go in the chat, come find me on Twitter and we'll have a discussion.
LUFC 1203. Go find Priestley on X. It's great value. A laugh a second. Have you ever Heard of Wagner's Rise? It means pissing on your car wheel. I haven't, mate, no. Richard, they should change the pitch back to the west to the east. Then they could make the south stand bigger. Good shout. Duncan, Don Revy wearing the same blue suit and walking up and down the street to different lampposts. Mental stories, mate. He mentioned that as well. Something about lampposts today. We're talking about it. Paul Brennan, thanks, Matty, and fellow Leeds fans. Good podcast tonight. Keep fighting. Cheers, buddy. Means a lot, Paul. Have a good Sunday, mate. Tezza, good night. God bless. Great show. Thanks. Thank you so much, Solomon. Have a good rest of your weekend, buddy. LEFC 1203 on X. So bad takes. There you go, my mate.
Oh, you've seen them, Danny, have you?
He'll have seen. Don't you worry. If it's Leeds related, he will have seen. Cheers, Danny, mate. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a great Sunday, as I say. And I'll see you back here tomorrow night, hopefully. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.